This school is one of the most special schools, or it becomes more special because it's invites and opens the doors for everyone. It's an all-inclusive school, so it welcomes every family who wants to join MCH and really works with them hand in hand to help the development of the child, helping that child for their self-development in every way, whether it is social, emotional, physical, and in the whole holistic way. And I thought that was beautiful, because that's what Montessori is all about. A child, if he's getting uncomfortable in the classroom, and we're dealing with 3 to 6 year old children, so they do get a little anxious and they have wiggly bodies, and if they want a break, we have the flexibility of taking them for a nature walk. We have the flexibility of taking them to the garden where there are chickens. They can feed something to the goats. Where else would you find it? That's the question we have to ask. It's just amazingly beautiful farm-like environment in a school.
This school, the campus it's just so beautiful, and it's so wonderful that they have such a great opportunity for gardening, for getting to know animals, for just care of the world, care of the environment, and that's really built into the program here, and that's one thing that's really appealing. I think it matters that they have gardening. I think it's important that children understand where their food comes from. They understand how to be stewards of the earth. I think with more and more agricultural space disappearing all the time, I think it's really important that children understand the value of it. They love seeing things blossom and grow. They really connect with nature in a lot of interesting ways here, and I've seen that since I've come to the school.
I have seen a little girl who would just come every day, walk in, just stand by the shelves and not want to move, and she would just freeze, and I would ask her, what's going on, and why, and she didn't want to work. And then one day we discovered she liked sewing. So we sewed shapes, we sewed numbers, we sewed letters, and now she reads. And from the girl who would just stand by the shelf and not move, she was this girl she's now so confident, is happy when she walks in, and I think that's what just makes everyone around so happy, and everyone's like, oh, she's doing it. So I think that's success. Oh, it's absolutely a unique Montessori thing, because if she was in another school, she would probably get she's not motivated enough, or she's not interested. But in Montessori, we don't believe in any of those labels. So we're all about, this child wants to work, let's see what makes her or him work. So that's what our attitude is in the Montessori classroom.
So a typical day in a Montessori classroom is a child walks in, they go wash up their hands, get ready for the classroom, because it's an act of being clean when you're touching work. A kindergartner would usually make a plan in terms of what they want to do. The other children would walk around, look at what's new in the classroom, think about, okay, should I do art today? Should I do language? Should I do math? Or they have so many choices, and they make those choices. That makes them independent, and it's just like one step of making decisions in their life.
There was a child who needed a lot of movement, and if you would just watch him, it would seem like he's very distracted and just wants to move, does not want to work. But if you observe him, you would notice that all he wants to do is he needs to move to settle down, move to settle down. So we would give him movement and say, hey, do you want to try this? And he would do it. And he would, for a 3-year-old, he knew his numbers, he knew his letters, but he knew so much more. And if we would have just stopped in a typical school where he was just a child who wanted to run around and not work, then he would have never gotten the opportunity to really figure out who he is and what he likes. So, and this is what I see every day, not in just one child, in every child in the classroom. The independence and the confidence that it gives a child. The child always feels that they're wanted and they're special, and they're never ever made to feel that they lack something. They're always encouraged to be their best in a Montessori classroom. They don't have standards to live up to. They have their own standards, and then just feel good.
Children have a lot of opportunity for play, but this is a place where the children they're valued as the people that they are, and they're given inherent responsibilities within the classroom that build their self-confidence in a way that may not happen in a play-based school as effectively. The children are responsible for their classroom. They take care of it, they clean it, they look after each other, and they're given the tools to do all of the things that they want to be able to do. They want to do all of the things that they see big people do. In Montessori, everything's their size, so they can do those things, and they can feel confident and proud and capable of taking care of themselves and looking after their room and one another. So that's one thing that I see in Montessori that I don't see in other kinds of preschools. This school, the campus it's just so beautiful, and it's so wonderful that they have such a great opportunity for gardening, for getting to know animals, for just care of the world, care of the environment, and that's really built into the program here, and that's one thing that's really appealing.